Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At least the 15 minutes we'll lose, but we'll get the rest of this. Okay, it is recording now. Thank you. I don't know. How are you able to tell that? Does it say on your...
It says the session is being recorded or not, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So anyway, once you open something out, there's also tabs up here that you can open up. You can open up different views here, or you can find them through your project browser. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? And as we start doing things and saving things, you'll get more familiar with finding things on your project browser. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the, and if you need to go back further than what's shown, you just use these arrows and go back. I'm going to go back to the plan view. Karen asked if I can repeat that. Repeat what? Go ahead and speak. Karen?
What you said just prior to this, go, and then I missed where you said. Go to the project manager and you showed us something and I missed that.
If you need to find a view, you can either find it here in your project browser, which you'll get more familiar with this as we start saving projects in here, or you can go up here on your tabs on the top and find a particular view that you already have open. And if there's a view, a tab here that you can't see that you know it's up here, you just go back and forth with these arrows. Okay? All right. Okay, so tonight what we're going to do is, I hope you all have printed off your Kern Road floor plan. Have you guys done that? Do you have it in front of you?
Yes.
Yes, good for you. Good job. Does anybody not have it in front of them?
I don't have mine in front of me.
I do not have it with me.
Neither do I.
Okay. Those of you that don't have it, are you in the studio?
Yeah, I can go copy it.
I have a second copy if someone is here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I can give my second one.
You can open it off the Blackboard
okay.
side too, if you want to.
Yeah, you can open it on the Blackboard if you want to go back and forth. It's a little bit, I think, a little bit harder to do that. But as we work on this project, it'll be important for you to actually have a printed off version of it, as large as possible, hopefully on 11 by 17.
Where do we go to print it?
Let me see here.
11 by 17 you can do at school.
Right. 11 by 17 you can go to school. You could go here under Basic CAD. It's under Session 1.
Oh, under the homework assignment?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And you'll find the PDF file.
Yep, I've got it.
And you want to make sure that you're in landscape view and then print it off on 11 by 17.
Will it work for the regular size printer paper?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll work. It's just your dimensions will be read a little bit smaller. As long as you can read it, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, she can. That's where I printed.
Okay. Okay. So everybody know where to get that in case you need it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to minimize this. Oh, shoot. I want that. Minimize that. Okay. All right. So, anyway, we're in our floor plan. When we start drawing this, you need to remember that first, you're not drawing every line exactly the length that it shows. Okay? You're kind of doing an estimate or roughly about that long. And also, too, as we start drawing the exterior of your floor plan, you want to go in a clockwise rotation. Okay, this way, which is this way. If you don't, It's okay if you don't, but what's going to happen is that the exterior siding of your house is going to be on the inside of your house. And if that happens, it's very easy to change that. And many times it happens to me, like I'll have one little wall that might be gone a different way or the opposite direction, and that's just an easy change. But let me go over here.
Do we need to set up the layers before we start?
No, no, it automatically sets up the layers for you. Versus AutoCAD, you had to do all that by yourself. When you place the furniture in there, it automatically puts it on a furniture layer. When you do the walls, it's automatically on a wall layer. So you don't have to mess with that.
Okay.
Okay. I had opened up a plan. Where is it at? Oh, this untitled plan. When you first open them up, it'll just say untitled. Or untitled. Let's go to my first floor plan. There's nothing drawn. So when we start drawing our walls, we want to go up here to build. Now anything that we do to build, let's say a wall or a door or a window or cabinets, stairs, fireplaces, electrical, all that is under this tab here. And this is a tab that you'll be using quite a bit. And you can see that there are pullouts for each category as well. So even just under wall, you have a straight exterior wall, a curved exterior wall, straight interior, curved interior, a foundation wall, a slab footing, pony wall, straight half wall, a room divider. That's something you'll use, and you'll use this wall break. If there's an area where you start drawing walls and they're not connected all the way, you can just click onto this and make sure that they connect decently. You can use this icon here. And so, but primarily when you start drawing, what you'll do is start drawing the exterior walls first, okay, and get the exterior done before you start putting in your interior walls. Okay, so I'm going to start with my straight exterior wall. And with this current floor plan, it's roughly 29.5 feet wide by 68 and 5.5 inches wide. Okay, so I'm going to start here on my lower left. Remember, I'm going to go on a clockwise rotation here. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and it'll tell you how long you're going. Okay. So I'm going to go roughly to about 29 feet. Okay, it can be a little off. It doesn't have to be precise. And then I'm going to go roughly 68 or 69 feet this way.
That's the length. The other dimension is a standard because you grab exterior wall.
I'm sorry, what?
Because what we are seeing is the length of the wall that you're defining, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
The other dimension of the wall, the thickness of the wall, is a standard because you pick exterior wall?
Yes.
That's how that works? Okay.
It's a 6-inch wall.
Okay.
Right, versus your interior walls are usually 4 inches.
4.5, yeah.
Yeah. Then it'll account for all that. Like when I'm drawing it, a wall is representing, and I'll zoom in here. Just let me finish this out, and I'll zoom in. So I'm going to go about 69 feet. And then as we go down, when we line up with one another, that cyan line will come up, and I'll have that X. So that's the point I need to stop and go back over. Okay. I notice here that there's like a little notch here, and then this up here actually is notched out, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Roughly here. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. And then I'll do this notch in a little bit later. Okay. So,
how do you know where to start that wall? Like the dimension, how did you define that? I'm sorry.
As you start drawing it, like you left click and push down as you're drawing the wall and go in the direction you're drawing it, there should be a dimension line that comes up.
Oh, okay.
And that'll tell you roughly about how long it is. Okay, but it does not have to be exact. We're just getting a rough estimate right now.
I'm so impressed how much time we can save compared with AutoCAD.
Yes.
I
This
need to
is
give
just the
offset
beginning.
in each line. Yeah.
Yeah, if you zoom in
Wow.
here, see this? It's already accounting for your drywall, actually even maybe your paint thickness. It's got this blue portion here, that's your stud. And then it has your exterior, is it sheathing? I don't know what they do on the outside. And then there's the aluminum siding on the outside of that. So it's already accounts for all the materials that are within that wall, including insulation. Okay? So if I would do like a list right now of the material list of this project, it would already include all of that. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to click on, let's see here, I'm going to click on, go to CAD, and I'm going to Automatic Dimensions, and go to Auto Exterior. Okay, this will give me my rough dimensions here, or not my rough dimensions, my actual dimensions. And then down at the bottom, it'll automatically calculate all of my square feet. Okay, so it's a little over 2,000 square feet. So if I want to change something, then make sure I get out of that
Rhonda?
line. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, where did you go to get your dimensions?
You go to CAD,
CAD.
and then Auto Dimensions, and then Auto
Okay.
Exterior. Okay. Okay, so you want to make sure you're out of the drawing mode, and so go onto this arrow to make sure that you're out of that mode, or clip, or to escape, or something like that to get out of that. And then what you want to do if you want to change a dimension, because like on the side here, I need it to be 29.5 inch, 29 foot and 1/2 inch. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to click onto the wall that I want moved. Okay, and then that would allow me to click onto this dimension. So I can change it to 29 foot 1/2 inch. Okay, and then
What did you click to?
you
sorry.
click onto the wall that you want moved. Okay, once you change your dimension. So I clicked on this wall, and then I clicked onto the dimension, and it came up where I can type into it.
What did you click to escape the drawing mode, though? That's
This
I
arrow,
missed that part.
this top left arrow, or you can hit escape on your keyboard.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually click on this and move it, and click on that and move it back. Okay. So I know that that part's not right yet, but we're not there yet. Okay, now I want to make sure that my length is correct. Okay. So I'll need to choose the wall that I would changed.
Rhonda, how did you move that?
How did I move what? The
That
wall?
wall you just moved, yeah.
Okay, you click on the wall that you would want moved, okay, because I want to change this dimension here.
I
It
already
was-
did that. I'm talking about that up at the top where you got rid of that knot.
Oh, you
Yeah,
click
there
on the wall, and then you drag, see these little boxes and the little arrow? Once you're on a little box, you can actually drag it to go back.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay. So now I want to change the length, which is 12 foot, or I'm sorry, that's way too short, 68 foot 5.5 inches. So I want to click on this because that's the wall I want moved, and I can click on this and then change it to 68 foot 5.5 inches, and I'll change it.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You design all the walls, and after you start to change, there is any way that we can make this drawing, the walls, on the dimension we wanted?
Yeah,
Instead,
you
start to
can just
change
draw it.
afterwards?
You can just draw it more slowly, and then you can see the dimension on the side. Other than
Okay.
that, I think you can type in the dimension too as you're drawing it, and it'll go that length.
Okay.
I think you can. But I usually do this, like I'll do the whole thing roughly, and then I'll get the dimensions that way usually, and then I'll change it after. To me, it's a little bit easier to do that. This
Okay.
dimension here needs to be 1 foot 5 7/8. So I will click on this, 1 foot 5 7/8, and change it there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not exactly sure where this I can always change later, but now I know at least my basic shape is done. Okay. So now I can start putting in doors and windows, and we can also start doing interior walls too. You could do that as well, but I'm going to go ahead and just start doing my doors. Okay, so you go to Build, Door, Hinge Door. Now just as a reminder, your exterior doors are how wide? Usually?
6 inches.
36 inches, that's correct. What about an interior door?
Can be 28,
32.
can be 32, can be 24.
It's usually 32. It's usually 1.5 feet or 2.5 feet. So you got 32 or 36, or no, is that right? Is that right? 30 inches. It's usually 30 inches or 36 inches. Okay?
And that's a standard because there are
Yeah.
doors that are 24, 28,
Right.
like bathroom doors that are 24. But when we are designing, we always use the number you just said.
Yeah, you usually want to do as much as possible your interior doors to remain 30, and that's so that if anybody's handicapped, they'll be able to get through.
Okay.
But like in this particular floor plan, I have a pantry door that's only, I think, 18 inches wide. So that would be 18 inches wide.
Wow, that's very...
But so there are doors in varying sizes, and usually you find those odd sizes more in older homes. Like if you're doing an existing remodel or something, you might want to reuse those doors or have them remain where they are. And so you would just make sure that you would dimension that correctly. But usually exterior doors, for the most part in residential, is 36, and the interior doors are 30. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting in doors. Now, just as a reminder, a door will not show up unless it's hitting a wall. Okay? A door can't just be floating in space. It's got to have a wall to go into. So I'm going to put in a door here, roughly, and I'm not worried about exactly the right spot yet. Put one here. There's roughly one here, and there's roughly one here, and there's roughly a door here. My other walls I'll need to do once we do interior walls. Okay, so this wall here, if we want to click on this door, if we want to change the dimension for this, is you see if you click onto it, you can see what the dimensions are around it. Okay?
Yeah.
If we move this, oops, shoot, click on it, and go to the other side here, see if it'll do it. It'll have the dimensions on the exterior. Okay, so it'll depend on whether you want a door location dimension coming from the outside of your building versus the inside, okay, of your structure. Okay. This door on this floor plan, it looks like there's 3 doors here, but actually it's 2 big windows and a door, the only movable door is in the middle. But if you click on the door and have it highlighted and you go into this open object icon on the bottom left, here is where you can change the style and the size and the height and everything you want about that door. Okay, this is all the information about that one particular door. So I can make it into, in my particular case, it's a glass door. It's a hinge door. Let's see here. And I can go into my library and it's a glass panel door and it's a French door. And it looks like this. So that's the door I want. Okay. If I wanted to, like if it's a window, I could include shutters to that. I can put an arch on it. I can change how many lights there are here. There's a lot of things that I could change in this area, including the materials. I can go in here and change the doorknob, the trim, the molding, all of that I could change if I wanted to.
Just a click? Like if I want to make an arch on top of this door, I just need to click arch, or I need to build something?
You just click on arch, but then you'll also need to change the arch of the trim. Like if I go in here and say round top, see how my door is still square, but my rounded top.
Okay.
And I haven't figured out how to change the door part. So I might have to find a door that in my library that has a round top to fit in there. Okay?
Okay.
That's probably what I would need to do, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back here to arch and say no arch. Also, if you wanted to change the direction, like on our floor plan, the door actually is out this way. So what I would do, I would click on it, and then there's these like these door symbols down here, and one will change the direction of the swing side, and the other will change the hinge side. So I want to change the hinge side, and then it'll do that. Okay? Is everybody good with that? Same thing here. I want to change my hinge side. With this, I want to, that's correct. This door here is a patio door, so I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to change the width of that to 60 inches.
Okay.
I'm going to change it to a glass panel. French door here. So that is my French door now. And then now I need to change the direction. So then I would do this. Click on this button here, and my door swings go to the inside.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can stop to compare with AutoCAD, and I'm amazed.
Yeah.
I can't.
I know. It saves you hours and hours and hours and hours. I mean, I can draw a house
and
with
clicks and clicks and clicks. Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
As an old AutoCAD person to another, I totally get that. Okay, so now I want to put in some garage doors. So I'm going to go here to Build, Door, and I'm going to look up garage door. And put up my garage doors. It's a little close. So you can click on these and you can move them a little bit if you want. So actually this door, if I click on it, should be 3'6". From the end that's showing to be an 8-foot wide door. So I need to click on that and open it and make the width 8 foot. That's not the style either. Well, I'd want this white, and I want it to look differently than that. See if we've got some other doors to choose from. I'm going to choose that.
How do you change the color?
You can go in again and go to, there's a couple ways to do this. The harder way is to go in here at this point, and you can change the frame. You can go in here and change, if I just want it white, generic colors. Is there white? Yeah. And change it that way. And then if I wanted to actually not do all that again, if I wanted to just copy this, I would click on the garage door, right click, copy, and paste over here. Okay. If you wanted to do a 3D to kind of see what your house looks like, you can come up here to camera and do let's see, let's do the perspective full overview. And that's our house so far. But here's our doors. Now if I wanted to change the material a little bit easier, what I could do is use my paint dropper and go from white and make this white. So I'm going to change this trim in here to white. Pretty easy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got all that.
And the only thing you did, you just click on the floor plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To do what?
To bring the 3D view?
To do the 3D view, you go up here on the top panel and you want to choose Perspective Full Overview, or you can choose Perspective Floor Overview. If you choose Floor Overview, it won't have the ceiling on there.
But after you choose that, you need to click on the plan, right? On the floor plan?
To get back
or
to it?
Or goes automatic. How you do that? Is double click, you go there and click on the camera and click on the floor plan, or you just click on the camera and that goes?
You just click on this. You don't have to click in the floor plan. You just have to be in the floor plan when you do that.
Okay.
To get back to the floor plan, usually you can get back a couple different ways. This will take you to the last view that you were into, or you can go here and find it on your project browser and double click on first floor.
Okay.
So, and if you want it centered within your drawing space, you can choose one of these. Okay, and that'll center it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to start placing some windows. So again, keep in mind that at any time you can go in and change these doors. You can change the material if you want at any point. You don't necessarily have to do it now. But for what'll be due in 2 weeks will be this floor plan with the notches and stuff, and I'll show you how to do that for the window box and for this notch over here on the other side. You'll need to have all your interior walls in and your stairs all your interior doors, and just what you see on this floor plan would be due in not next week, but the week after that. Okay, so you'll have 2 weeks to work on this. Okay, so I'm going to start putting in some windows. So to place windows, you can go to Build, find Window, choose Window, and start placing them. Okay, what I would do is, since all my windows are the same size, is make sure that this window is what you want, then you can copy them. Okay, so if you choose a window, you can go to Open to open that particular window, and mine are 3 foot wide by, I think, let's try 4 foot. Yeah, it's already 4 foot high. So, and just to show you guys, or just as a let you know kind of thing, is all windows, usually the top of the window will always be at 80 inches. Okay, so what will change is this floor to bottom ratio, but usually the very top of your window will always be at 80. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I've got the right type of mullions in here. If I wanted to change these lights, what they call them, I can come in here and I can change how many there are if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that.
Do you mind to click again on the window and see how you open that the window specification?
Sure. You just click on it and make sure it's grayed out, or you have that little box on top of it, and then you can hit Open.
Oh, okay.
This open door
actually,
thing.
Okay.
We'll
that
go.
was not a door. You can open doors and windows, everything with that icon, right?
Yes, yes. It just means you're opening up into whatever that object is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a door. It's kind of confusing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And I'm going to add shutters. Louvered? Yeah, that's kind of have. Okay. So, I have my window. Now I can click on it, right click, copy, and then paste them over here. Click on it, right click, copy, and paste.
Can we have multiple copies?
There is a way to do that.
Click one. Okay.
There is a way to do that, but I don't know. I don't
that's fine.
know how to do that, but there is a way to do it so that it spaces evenly. Revit does that as well. So anyway, oops, shoot. I'm going to go in here in my window, and I'm going to double check my location, put my dimension line on the outside. And this needs to be 2 foot 11 and 9/16. And then it means 2 foot 11 and a half in between, so I'll click on that one. There. This will probably need to be moved over some. When we start putting the interior walls in, again, all the stuff is movable and you can change anything you need to at any point. And I am going to copy the same window and paste them over here. Okay, that's just a rough estimate. I'm going to place some full height windows that are adjacent to this one here. So I will go to Build, Window, Just put a regular window in there. Get as close as possible. It'll take me as far as I can. And I'll go into that one. And this needs to be, yeah, 30 inches. And then the height will be 80 inches. And then I need to window type, fix glass, and then I need to eliminate these lights. Or actually, I do need lights to match my door. There. Okay.
Instead copy, can you mirror the window?
Yes, you
For
could.
the other side?
You could.
Okay.
So there's that. Oops. Are there any questions so far? You guys following me? Or did I lose you? You guys out there? I know Monica's here. I hear her.
All the time.
Doing all right.
You're okay, Tim?
I'm fine. I'll probably have more questions as I work.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble. Go ahead.
When we start picking or like putting in the windows and the doors and stuff, does it need to be the colors you're using, or can we just kind of pick our own colors and our own style of window?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, as long as it's where it's supposed to be.
Right, right.
Okay.
Tim?
So we don't have to follow the numbers that you have here for like the types of doors and everything. We don't have to stick to those.
The numbers here represent the sizes of them.
So where it says like 3068 for the door, inside the door, it means that it's, what, 30 feet wide and 68?
Well, it's actually 36 wide. There might be a code for that particular type of door. Maybe that's what that is. But I thought it was originally meant for, window people would know this, if you worked at Lowe's or something. I think that stands for a particular size of door, but I could be wrong. It might stand for a particular type of door, or that part number of that particular door.
And do we need to add those numbers as a text? How
No.
that works?
No, it would automatically come up when you're done. Like, let's zoom in here and see what it says.
Okay.
This is 36.8. It's just the type. I don't know why it does that, but it'll come up. This number will come up to your door schedule. It'll be included in your door schedule with that number on there. Now, people that order doors and stuff, here, I'm going to meet you guys. People who order doors and stuff, those numbers mean a particular thing. I think that means a particular height, and it means a width. Okay? If I click onto it again, it's a 3-foot wide door, and it'll be 80 inches tall. But that number stands for something in the door world. I don't know what that is. But my uncle ordered our doors in our house when we redid them, and he went with a code like that. And he would say right or left-hand hinge. And each door on your schedule is listed separately because there are so many different alterations on each door. You've got a right and a left hinge. You've got which side of the wall it would go on to. You've got hinge styles. You've got the doorknob styles. You've got the door types. Is it a clear glass window? Is it a louvered window or door? There's a lot of different types. So these represent a specific code. And since I'm not in the door world, I'm not sure what that represents. Okay? But that'll go up on your door schedule.
So just so I'm clear, so long as the dimensions are correct, we can choose the styles that we want?
Yes, that's correct.
And then should we be taking aesthetics into consideration? Is that part of our grade, or are we just being graded on dimensions?
So what was the first part of your question?
Like, should we be taking aesthetics into consideration, or are we just being graded on the dimensions?
On the dimensions, you don't have to do a particular style. Just as long as it looks decent on the outside and it's consistent. Like if you choose a door style on the exteriors, all your exterior doors should look relatively the same. So if you have a white door that's on the front of your door, this isn't always the case, but you know, sometimes your main entrance might be different. You know, maybe that's wood. Like on my house, my main entrance is wood, but all my other doors from the outside appears white because my house is white. Versus on the interior of the doors might be wood, or it might be white, it might be whatever you want. But just as long as your look looks consistent, because I'll be grading you, you know, does it look like a designer would do this or not? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. And are you just doing the outside or on the inside?
You'll be doing the inside too. Everything that's on your drawing here, you'll be doing that'll be due in 2 weeks.
Okay, so it needs to replicate what we see here.
Right. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So basically everything that the floor plan that we've printed out, basically we just need to make that exact plan and put it in.
Exactly, yeah. Now some of you
Okay.
last week asked if you can use your plan that you did in intro, and that would be fine. I would just need to see your floor plan that you did it off of to make sure that your dimensions were correct. Okay?
I have a question, Rhonda.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we go later to watch this recording?
Well, we're working on that. It
Is
should
that
be
what the YouTube video was?
Yeah, it's a YouTube video, and you should be able to go onto YouTube and just Google Rhonda Michelin. You got to make sure you spell my name right, and it should come up. But this last week didn't for some reason. So
Okay.
what
No problem. I was just wondering.
once it's up in YouTube, what I'm going to try to do is also provide a link directly to that. I'm going to mute you guys. I can't hear. Once we have it up on YouTube and know it's there and running, I'll provide a link of that YouTube video onto Blackboard, hopefully. Hopefully I'll have time to do that. But to upload all this stuff and to save it takes quite a bit of time each week to do, but I'm paying my kids. Hopefully tonight they'll learn how to do that. So it might be a little learning curve in a week or two before we get it up there, but I have and I will be saving all the recordings, so I do have them. It's just a matter of getting them up. Okay? So hopefully it'll be up by tomorrow morning. We'll see.
I'm checking here the stairs.
Uh-huh.
And I can see one dimension on the longer side, but I don't see the dimension on the other side. Do we need to calculate the depth of the steps to count the steps, or?
I'll show you. As you draw them, they'll kind of calculate that for you. When you look at it in a 3D view, you can see if there's enough steps or not. That's kind of how I go. But no, I don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Also, these small rooms behind the stairs here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those small internal walls, I don't see dimension on them.
You see them on the exterior, but you don't
Yeah,
have.
I can see them. One of the dimensions is on the exterior.
Right. You're
But
missing
the other
some.
one, I'm not seeing.
Yeah. I'll need to get those for you.
Okay.
And as I do my drawing, we'll come up with some of those dimensions.
Okay.
But two, you know, the laundry room you have a basic size for, and the bathroom just needs to be big enough for a toilet and a lav in there.
Okay, okay. Okay, the question is, can I guess those dimensions?
Yeah,
Seems
some
like
of
one
them,
is a square.
yeah. Yeah, some of these that are not listed on here, you can kind of guess. I'm not
Okay,
looking for exact. I am looking for the exact for the ones that you do have. Okay, does that make
okay.
sense?
Yes, makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
I have a question too, right quick.
Mm-hmm.
You said that for intro they can use their floor plan. For space planning, are we allowed to use ours?
What floor plan did you do?
We have it's like a boathouse that we're working with.
Oh, that you're in Cheryl's class now working on?
Right.
No, this would need to be.
I think Cheryl said. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it would need to be this one then. It'll have to be the Kern Road house. It's just, I'm just saying to those that's already done Kern, if they've already redone the interior and doesn't look like mine here, they can use their interior. Otherwise, the exterior will look the same for everyone. Okay?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, the boathouse, I chose specifically not to use that one because, one, it's not typical construction and how you would, I mean, I know she said that it's typical construction, but normally you don't have these chase walls and things like that. And I wanted to show you guys a project that would be a normal, everyday project that you would be working on so that when you go out in the field, if you're working on a residential project, you guys will be far ahead and know how to do this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And two, you can hit landscaping and stuff like that in the boathouse you wouldn't have been able to.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
for the house that like we did last semester, well, I guess for this house, like if I use those same dimensions, are we designing this house too, or are we,
to save
just
time,
building the walls?
yeah, to save time, you don't have to redesign the interior. Like you can use, if you already have a floor plan with dimensions on it that you've done from intro before, that's fine to work on. I just want you to look at something that already is dimensioned out to draw. Okay, we don't have enough time to space plan and draw. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you need to.
But
Go ahead.
can we do it?
Can you do what?
If we find time, can we change some internal walls?
Yeah, if you have
and
time.
organize the space in a different way. Okay.
Yeah, if you have time, you can, but just make sure that you have a completed floor plan in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. Usually what I run up against if I try to use the same floor plan as what Cheryl has is that her class is spending much longer time making sure that they get their floor plan down and space planning down, and this class is too fast for that. We need to have a floor plan completed so we can put the kitchen in next week and then put in everything else in the next couple weeks and do a roof the next week. So it's really quick. It's a quick, we need to have everything already predetermined so that we can draw it quickly. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing some interior walls. So you go to Build, Wall, Straight Interior Wall, and start drawing some of them. Now with these openings, just go ahead and draw the wall the entire length, like this wall and this wall, and then what we'll do is put an opening in them.
Okay.
So when we have those walls, what you can do is go to door, and you want a doorway, okay, instead of a door, and place the doorway in there. It's going to be just a dinky one. But then when you click on it and go to Open Object, okay, the room is 14 feet wide, so I want to say it's about 10 foot wide. Yeah, that looks about right. And then if I want to center it, as long as it's clicked and that arrow button's on it, I can use this arrow here, this center object, and I can center it in the room. Saves you bunches of time in calculating.
Yes.
And then I can do the same here. Build door, doorway here. And that looks to be maybe an 8-foot.
66?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to guess. Width, I'm going to put 6 foot maybe. We'll see. That looks maybe 7. Another thing too is if you wanted to try a different type of arch in here, of course you have to do like a height of an arch, but you can try different arches in here, which is kind of cool. It's not changing back. So anyway, you can change this and play with it if you want to get a different look.
And how can you change the color of the casing around the openings?
There's a couple ways to do that. The easier way is to wait till you get a room done, and then, okay, so I'm going to call this room like one living room, and if you, let's see, go to open.
Okay.
I can call this room living room. Okay, and then what I can do is I can change, like find a particular molding that goes around that room, either a base molding, crown molding. I can also do like a chair rail molding if I'd like. And then you can choose, choose a particular type of color if you want as well in that.
But that's the base molding, crown molding, and what about the casing? There's a way to do it around?
The casing molding, like once you do whatever color of molding is in your room, then that should automatically change the color of the casing. If it doesn't, you can go in and go to materials and go to molding, interior casing molding, and you can choose a particular color if you want in your library. You can choose a color here. Okay. You can also change what casing number and style it is. What profile. There's a lot of molding profiles that are in here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in here and open this up and change it to another living, I guess. Also, too, once you have your room done and designated, you can go into here in its structure, and you can indicate how tall you want your ceiling. Like if I have an 8-foot ceiling, that's where I would make that change. I think these are by default 9-foot. Okay. If we want to see a 3D of where we're at right now, we can go to Perspective Floor Overview.
If I choose a double ceiling, normally is what, 18? What is
a double
standard
ceiling?
Height?
Standard height is 8 foot. For ceiling. See, this is all drawn at 9. I'll have, when I go in to change my room specification, I'll change it to an 8-foot ceiling. And if I want to change this material, I can use the eyedropper again to change the interior of that door. Oh, this one. This door is a glass door. So you can change it in your floor plan, or you can change it in your 3D view. I'm going to change this to a glass door and find my French door. And then I'm going to change my frame to match my trim. Okay. Of course, this wall, I don't think it's in the right place. So this wall is 14 foot 3 1/4. So, okay, so if we have an interior wall here and we don't have dimensions for it, either we can go to CAD and do dimensions, or automatic dimensions and do interior dimensions, or if we're just looking for one specific dimension, we can do that ourselves by going to end to end. And when you're doing dimensions, you need to make sure that you're going from point to point the right location. So in our case it is. We're going from the exterior wall to the interior wall here, and in our floor plan it says it should be 14 foot 3 1/4 inches. So I'll get out of that dimension mode by clicking onto my arrow, clicking then onto the wall that I would want to move, clicking onto the dimension, and changing it to 14 foot 3 1/4 inches. And then now I've got to realign this opening with the center of the room. So there we go. I also have to make sure that this wall here is in the right location. So I go to CAD, Dimensions, End-to-End Dimension, from the interior to the interior here, which in our case is the interior to the exterior on the floor plan, so that's correct. So I click on the wall that we'd want to move, click on the dimension line, and it's 12 foot 7 1/2 inches. So that's correct now. Okay, are there any questions at this point? I am also going to shift these 3 things, and what you can do is group them into one unit. Now I can center that unit within the room.
It's like you make a block and you move the whole thing, right?
Right, same thing. You can also, if you click on a block, what'll show is a little explosion block down here. If you want to separate those items again, you can just click on that.
Explode. Okay.
So, are you guys trying it out right now, or are you just watching?
I'm just watching and I'm amazed. Yeah.
I'm drawing.
Just watching. Are you going to be available? Are you going to be available then?
On Monday morning I will be from 9 to 11:30. If you'd like to go to meeting with me, I'm available then as well. But my other job is keeping me pretty busy, where I'm going to not be able to come in very much. If you want to make an appointment with me, I might be able to do that, but primarily I'll be there on Monday mornings. Okay.
And Monday mornings, if we will find you in the lab, same place?
Yeah, I'll be just working on a computer in there, and you can bug me or whatever you need. You won't be bugging me. Go ahead and bug me, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm there for. That's my lab hours. So that's specifically why I'm there, to help anybody with anything. So.
From what time to what time? Just make sure.
9 to 11:30 on Mondays. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And is there somebody else also that knows? Is there someone else there that also knows chief architect? So that if you're not there, then we.
Gary is learning it as we go, and he'll be available on Tuesday and Wednesday nights from 5:30 to 9:30. Other than that, Katie, she's taking this class as we're in this class right now, so she'll be in the lab most days. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And if she can't help you, I can GoToMeeting with you, and through GoToMeeting I can actually get into your software and see where your problem is. Okay, so I'm just not just verbally talking to you, I'm actually getting into your software and finding out where you're having a problem. Okay?
Caroline is the SI for the space planning class. She also knows how to use Chief.
She's taken this class before, so she's very good at it. You can ask her as well. Cheryl knows some. Kathy does not. I think she knows a different, like the lower version of Chief Architect, which is like Home something that she uses. It might be similar. Any other questions?
Yeah. I'm having trouble downloading Chief Architect, and I'm not sure what to do about it.
Are you trying to do it at home?
Yeah.
Is it just like spinning or something and not actually downloading?
No, it'll get to where it like pops up and says run or whatever, and then it'll say file already exists, and then it'll shut down the install. And when I try to go back in and uninstall it to try to restart the process, it says can't uninstall a program that's not installed. So I don't. It's kind of putting me in a loophole here. So.
Oh wow, I might have to look at it.
Well, I mean, it's my desktop, so.
There's a couple things that might be going on. One, I've always had problems downloading stuff when my internet connection was not very good.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that, like, I am now teaching from right where my router is and right where my internet service is. Okay, when I go to just one room away from here, my internet service goes down. It gets cut down in half. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're in a location right near your router, for one. Two, if your internet service isn't strong enough, you might have to go somewhere to get it downloaded. You guys still hear me? Are you guys there? Are you there? Hello? You guys there? I can't hear you. Are you there? Tim, are you there? You guys there? Hello? Hello? Hello, are you there? Are you guys there? Hello? Oh, boy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go on. I can't hear you guys. I'm hoping that you can hear me and understand what I'm saying. I can no longer hear you guys for some reason. So I'm just going to continue to talk, and hopefully that this is recorded still and that you can see the recording then hopefully tomorrow. Okay, so anyway, you might have some problems because of your internet service. You might be it might be your computer itself. It may not be able to handle this large of a file or this large of a program. Remember, you have to have at least 4 gig RAM of RAM. If you don't have that, you may need to go up a little bit higher to get it running. There could be several different reasons. So I might have to look at your computer, and if you want to bring it in Monday morning, I can see what might be causing the problem. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and continue doing this floor plan. And just to let you know, I'm going to continue working on it, but then next week I want you guys to show me where you're at with this. And hopefully you'll get pretty far ahead this next week, and I can go in and help you if you have any problems. But I do want each and every one of you to have your chief architect up and running and have me looking at your floor plan next week. Okay, but I will go ahead and continue drawing. I'm going to continue building my interior walls and build my closet. Or here's a wall here, roughly. I've got a French door, double French door in here. Open that up and make it into a French door.